It was just after midnight when the sound came, a faint, metallic click from the front door. At first, I thought it was the wind, maybe a loose shutter. But then came a second sound, the unmistakable creak of hinges. My ranch house was dark, silent, except for the hum of the fridge. Out by the fireplace, my German shepherd, Bruno, lifted his head and growled. That low, rumbling growl meant someone was where they shouldn't be. I reached over, turned off the safety on my flashlight, and whispered, "Easy boy. Let's see who's stupid enough to sneak in here." And then, from the dark hallway came a familiar voice calling out, "Hello. HOA." I froze, then nearly laughed out loud. Rhonda, of course it was her. Who else would have the audacity to break into my house at 1 in the morning and claim it was an inspection? Bruno's ears pricked up quickly. He was standing now, muscles tense, tail stiff. I flicked on the hall light and stepped out of the living room. There she was, HOA Rhonda, holding a flashlight, wearing a reflective vest, and jingling keys. "Rhonda," I said slowly, "what in God's name are you doing inside my house?" She jumped, dropping the flashlight. "You're home, clearly." I was doing a welfare check," she stammered, looking quite startled. "The HOA got reports that your property was abandoned, so I came to inspect." At midnight, she blinked, thrown off. "We do surprise inspections sometimes. You broke in, Rhonda. How did you get a key?" She held up the ring proudly. "Master HOA access set. I got copies from the management company. They open every standard ranch lock." I couldn't help but grin. Newsflash, this isn't part of your HOA at all, and you just committed breaking and entering. Her expression flickered, panic creeping in. "You can't charge me for doing my job." "Funny," I said. "I don't recall illegal trespassing in your job description." Then Bruno stepped forward, a low growl rumbling deep in his chest. His fur bristled, teeth flashing under the light. Rhonda stumbled back, eyes wide with fear. "See? Call him off." She squealed nervously. I crossed my arms. "He's trained to protect against intruders. If you move toward that door without my permission, he's going to assume you're one." Bruno barked, one sharp, echoing sound that made her jump. Okay," she squealed. "I'll leave." "Just call off your monster dog." "Monster," I said, kneeling to pat Bruno. "He's just doing his job. You, on the other hand, might want to start thinking about yours." Just then, headlights swept across the front windows, a sheriff's cruiser pulling into the drive. I texted Deputy Ross the moment I heard the first click at the door. He stepped in, hand on his duty belt. "Evening, Judge." "This her again?" "Yep," I said. "Caught her breaking in with a so-called master key." Rhonda immediately started waving her hands wildly. "I'm part of the HOA Emergency Inspection Task Force. This was a sanctioned inspection." Deputy Ross looked at me. Atisku Ross looked at me. "You got her on camera?" I pointed to the blinking red light above the door. "Everything." He turned to face Rhonda with a very stern look. "Ma'am, you understand that entering someone's home without permission is a felony, right?" Rhonda's voice dropped to a whine. "But it was for the community. His dogs could have been dangerous to people." "Something did happen," Deputy Ross said flatly. "You broke in." Bruno barked again, as if agreeing completely. Deputy Ross sighed. "Ma'am, I'm placing you under arrest for criminal trespass and unlawful entry. You have the right to remain silent." Rhonda's jaw dropped. "Arrest? I'm the HOA president." "Not anymore," he said. "You're under county jurisdiction now." As he walked her out in handcuffs, she shouted loud. "You can't treat me like this. The HOA will hear about this." I called back calmly. "Good. Maybe they'll finally change the locks." By morning, news of the incident had spread all over the entire neighborhood. Turns out, Rhonda had been using that master key to enter multiple homes for her inspections. She claimed she was checking for rule violations, but residents reported missing mail and tampered property. When the county prosecutor got involved, the HOA board cut ties immediately. She was fined, banned from HOA activities for life, and placed on probation. I upgraded every single lock on my ranch to steel. Bruno got a giant steak dinner and a shiny new collar engraved with K-9 Deputy Bruno, Defender of the Ranch. Now, whenever I hear the faint jingle of keys nearby, Bruno's ears perk up and he growls softly. It is just a reminder that around here, we've got our own kind of security system. And every time I pass the new sign by my front gate that reads private property, I smile, knowing this ranch is fully safe.